a huge problem, a lot of hypocrisy. I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to hop right into it. The problem that I see, and before I even do this, because I know y'all looking at the thumbnail thinking that this is going to be a bunch of disrespectful stuff. Well, it's not. O'Shea Duke Jackson recently made a video calling out his good friend, Anton Daniels. And what I liked it about what O'Shea did, he kept it real. He said, look, this is my homeboy, but I will be a hypocrite not to call him out while calling other brothers out. There's another brother that O'Shea need to call out. And I'm going to be honest, man, salutes and kudos to O'Shea for calling out Anton Daniels. But me personally, and don't take this the wrong way, O'Shea, because I don't want no beef with you, bro. I want to be able to respectfully speak how I feel in the community to your brothers, whether you value what I got to say or not. You know what I'm saying? I still want to get it off my chest. Shout out to Adam Henry. Grand rising to you, my brother, and thank you for that super chat. Now watch this. Watch this. I don't want to disrespect O'Shea, but I am going to point out some hypocrisies and all of that. And why I think it's important for me to make this stream, because what they doing, in my opinion, is very divisive to black people. And I think that these brothers don't mean no harm. You know what I'm saying? I want to give these brothers the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to make this look like a dude with a bunch of haterade and a dude that's just coming up here to bash some other brothers. I saw how O'Shea responded to Anton Daniels. He did it with class and decorum. We don't always gotta agree. We don't always gotta agree, but we can learn from each other. Let me shut my doors as well. All right, so what I'm going live about today is very important, y'all. I wouldn't waste your time. And it's particularly going to be dealing with some of the arguments that are made, that have been made for years, about brothers who date outside their race. And this ain't going to be just about dating and dating outside your race. It's going to be talking about Umar Johnson, Pan-Africanism, and just a lot of concepts y'all might not have considered. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and get right into my arguments, and we'll review a couple of videos and double down on them. So, people like O'Shea Duke Jackson, people like Anton Daniels, who else? Umar Johnson. Okay, these people have an ideology that's very divisive. And what is that? That is, if you're a black man and you date outside of your race, your voice don't matter, you're compromised, you so-called sleeping with the enemy, right? What I want to say about that is, not all people of different races are enemies to black people. My problem with Pan-Africans making that statement is that if y'all really want to be honest, Africans are an enemy to black people. That's right. And they go against FBA every chance they get. I'm subscribed to an African chick now, her name Modi Speaks. Every video is like Charlie Kirk. If y'all think Charlie Kirk is a problem, I know African YouTubers that's worse than Charlie Kirk when it comes to dissing black people every day. And they're married to black partners. In other words, you got an African man married to an African woman, and they both get up every day bashing black people. Tether talking. You'll have a Kenyan man married to his Kenyan wife, and they will come to America saying everything that the white man want to say but can't say. That's right. And you'll have brothers like O'Shea and Umar Johnson promoting Africanism. Umar Johnson goes against interracial daters, right? But my thing with brothers like O'Shea and my thing with brothers like Umar, they love to go against brothers in interracial relationships and say that you're compromised. But for example, O'Shea Duke Jackson is a conservative who voted for Trump. Who's more compromised? Because think about this. Whoever put Trump in office, whoever helped put Trump in office, they sold out not only black people, they sold out America. How can a person say that they're pro-black while voting pro-white? How can you be pro-black and you're voting MAGA? Because you can say you pro-black, but the people who you give your power to have an agenda against black people, such as Donald Trump. That's my thing with black conservatives. For example, Anton Daniels is a black conservative, right? He bashed black people every video, but he's married to a black woman. I'm a swirler, and guess what I do? Uplift black people every chance I get. That's right. I see swirlers out there like my brother Don Reacts. What's his? Let me pull up. Let me show this brother some love real quick, cause this brother be going in. He's a real one. His name Young Don Reacts. This brother Young Don Reacts right here. Let me show you something. Go sub to this brother, because in my opinion, he got some of the most pro-black content on YouTube, and he's a swirler. He's not with a black woman. But guess what? You can tell that this brother don't play about his people, man. That's right. And you can tell he ain't getting behind no damn Donald Trump and no MAGA. Now, I'm going to make another point so y'all can see what I'm saying, right? Watch this. Charleston White. Charleston White married to a black woman. He comes off as pro-black, but what did he do? Bash black people every chance he get and play both sides of the fence for money. He go to racist white towns, kicking it with the white racist folks. He with Aiden Ross, all them, but he married to a black woman. Now keep in mind that there's a group of black people called a boule, and this boule are a bunch of black people that sold black people out to the white man. They the richest, powerful blacks. Go look up Steve Coakley videos. And this boule, they all are black families. Black men married to black women. And they still with that white man. And they more of a threat to you than some dude sleeping with Becky. I'm just saying. These are the things we got to point out, because look, most of the guys that got a problem with dudes in interracial relationships, they say, you know, I only date black women. Keyword, date black women. The guy in the interracial relationship, most of the time he's married to the white woman or married to the Mexican woman. And the thing about him being a swirler is that the swirler ain't just gonna marry the white woman or the Mexican woman. He marries black women too. That's right. Now here go the thing about the swirler. The swirler is more likely to, just say he divorced the white woman. He might marry a black woman next, because he's a swirler. That means he go black and white, not just one, right? So, but most swirlers are gonna marry, not just date. And my thing is this: O'Shea ain't married, Umar ain't married, Charleston White married, but he might as well not be. He cheat openly. Anton Daniels married, and I'm going to play a video of what his wife said about him in a minute. It's make me do like this. We got to talk about these guys' relationship because they want to talk about interracial relationships. Most of the guys that like to bash brothers in these situations, they don't have a black wife. Now let's talk about O'Shea. And I don't want O'Shea to take this as disrespectful because he admitted himself he's a trick. Meaning O'Shea take a lot of his YouTube revenue and pay for P-U-S-S-Y. He is a John, if you will. What is your synonym for trick or John in your city? Type it in the chat room. Now, what I want to say is this ain't a joke with O'Shea. He says it himself. What I like about O'Shea, he's a real one. He'll tell you, man, I'm a trick. Now, O'Shea been tricking for over a decade. The brother ain't found no wife yet. No, we got to talk about this relationship stuff in this community because that's what we talking about, right? Y'all started it. I'm just interjecting in it and responding and replying my little 2 cents with respect. So my thing is this right here. I got a poll up, and in my opinion, right, a person that's just tricking every day, you're literally buying prostitutes. And you saying basically, I only buy black prostitutes. Oh my God. Now, we got to put this in perspective. I'm specifically talking about O'Shea. I hope O'Shea don't fucking get in his feelings and all. I'm being respectful, man. I'm being respectful. I just want to interject into the conversation. Everyone looking at everyone's status and they got something to say about it. In the case of O'Shea, he just did a show where he went in basically saying, and I'll show y'all because you may just think I'm doing this randomly, but I'm not. I'm responding to a show that O'Shea did. Here it is. I'll show it to you. Why swirling pro-blacks opinions don't matter. And I'm going to tell you straight up, if you're a black man and you voted for Trump, your opinion don't matter. And as far as I'm concerned, you're an enemy to black people. You see what I'm saying? Because people will say that they pro-black and they'll say, well, I only have sex with black women. Well, marry you one of them because I can't say that you really pro-black if you in your 40s and 50s and still dating. You see what I'm saying? I got more respect for the swirler who's in a serious relationship, who's not tricking and johnning every day, tricking it up, man. Because you're taking advantage of prostitution in your community, man. That's right. So when I ask you which one more dangerous, right? And even this little monkey know I'm right. Look at that little monkey with that hammer. He says something went wrong. Yeah, what went wrong is when he put this title right there, and then I'm going to show you the hypocrisies of it. Just watch this right here, right? You can't be a trick and a John and openly with it. And I ain't got no problem with O'Shea for it, but I kind of do because it's a lot of young girls out here selling their bodies. It's a lot of women. Because think about it. If you tricking and johnning your life up, right? Like you're a John, like John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his last $500 for a piece of pussy. I'm just saying. Hold up, John 3:16, sir. We gotta be funny because y'all know I'm a comedian. And I ain't gonna use AI like O'Shea might try to do me. And I hope he don't do that, sir, because I'm being respectful. I'm just being a little humorous, man. So O'Shea is a John 3:16, right? And my thing about the Johns, right? You're taking advantage of pimps putting women out there on that blade. That ain't good for the black community. See, a person can say, well, I'm pro-black, but then look at Omar. He's a trick. Everybody know Umar is a trick. He tricked up all the FDMG money. He was tricking it up with Sukiana. He's an international trick, okay? And these tricks, right? They love Africa because you can get pussy for less and it look real good and it's thick, boy, it's thick. And they very desperate. Listen, people, God damn it, can I keep it real and not nobody think that is disrespect? So far, am I good, y'all? Can we drop a 1 if I'm still hitting above the belt? Can we drop a 1 if I'm all right? Because I don't want to be disrespectful, okay? Check me throughout this stream, because these brothers, I respect them. O'Shea, man, I think that is a brilliant brother. It's just this conversation I want to interject, give him a little 2 cents in and all that, right? So let me get Wisdom up out of here, man. Wisdom. You typing in all caps, you about to find you another show. We don't care. We only care about where we at with this show, right? That's right. But let me respond what I'm saying, right? Shout out to Wisdom Thought. Here's my thing. I gotta respond to this important because you got a lot of young black brothers who love their people, and they might not be with a black woman. And whoever they with now, they might not be with them next year. They might see a swirler that when they date all kinds of women, including black. Now, a lot of brothers who act like they mad at swirlers, I think it's a lot of hate built up because they're kind of incels. Because if you think about these black conservatives, they say a lot of stuff that's always dissing black women, but they tell you that they only date black women. For example, that's going to lead to Anton Daniels, right? Anton Daniels is such a coon, it ain't even funny, bro. And him and his black wife are coons because she condoned the cooning. So, again, if you're saying that you got to date black women for your voice to matter, that's stupid and shallow and simple. Because you got dudes that say, okay, I'll just get me a black woman and still talk shit about black people. And they get to get a pass with it. Look how long it took O'Shea to call out Anton Daniels. And watch how long it take him to call out Anthony Brian Logan, his other coon homeboy. So my thing be, you can be so buddy-buddy with all these toxic-ass, dangerous coons who hate they damn people just because they sleeping with a black woman. And if I let the black woman they sleeping with tell the story, she got a lot of shit. Let me shout out to my brother Mike TV, because this brother has been on Anton Daniels' ass, no homo. And guess what? He got receipts that Anton Daniels is a fake millionaire who received his daddy's life insurance money and made y'all think he was a businessman. And I got to put allegedly on that just in case. But I know this brother right because he got receipts. And y'all need to go to his channel and watch every video on Anton Daniels. See, and another thing that they don't want to talk about, right? To me, if you 40s and you in your late 30s and 40s and 50s and shit, and you still a single black man, we gotta respect these swirlers more than you. Because how you ain't found you no black queen yet? That's right. Because when I think about loyalty, right? Umar Johnson got such a problem with swirlers, right? But he named his academy out the one. Frederick Douglass married a white woman. And it's so funny to see him go up there and try to explain why his is okay and yours not. It becomes the ultimate form of dick tyranny. And wee wardens rise up. But I'm not policing anyone's penis here. You know what I'm doing? Pointing out people's hypocrisy. Let me play this video. It's just a little clip. Oh man, this brother Mike TV, I need to do a whole stream reviewing his stuff, because when I talk about that this brother got all the receipts that Anton Daniels ain't who he say he is, ooh, he's surgical with it. Shout out to my nigga Mike TV. This brother, he's surgical with it. Let me go to the part, that one receipt, where Anton Daniels' wife is speaking. And it's okay. This is public. You can't be mad. I mean, you got to be mad at your wife for putting this up, if anything. Well, let's pull up this Anton Daniels' wife, because we talk about men who married the black women and we try to make their voice more important than a man who dating out. When Anton Daniels using his voice to basically bash black people for white people every day, and he do it on the news on big platforms. And people had to basically beg O'Shea Duke Jackson to call this man out, and it happened at the end of 2025. You know how long Anton Daniels been cooning? And not to mention, Anton Daniels bring other coons on like Charleston White, who no one else called out yet. You see what I'm saying? Now let's play this video. Can we put the dogs up, y'all? I want to have at least a stream today where it ain't too much barking.
I always knew that him.
There's a lot, how we say, fake news.
Oh, is Rita and her. How would that prevent Rita from leaving marriage?
Yeah, if they're left, you just simply default on the accounts and anyways.
Accounts attached accounts, then that would ruin her fight. And I always knew that him and Rita had a weird thing going on in their relationship. I always knew that him and Rita had strange dealings going on. This is how her husband.
I'm hard and because Anton has a lot of.
I'm going to tell y'all something right now. If a motherfucker asks my girl about what is it like being with bro Sanchez, and she looks up into the heavens at God and give a sigh, we breaking up after that. This shit sound like she's a hostage and she can't leave Anton based upon what Mike just said. And remember, these are the same dudes that teach y'all to have leverage on a woman, is what they call it. It's like put a leash on her. That's crazy. They don't mind if the woman with them ain't really with them. It's like a hostage situation in so many words, because Dad, what's it like, man, with Anton? Oh, hell no, we through. I ain't being with you no more. If that's your first thing when they say after that, but oh, hell no. Wait a minute, bro, no.
Her financially. Damn, I always knew that him and Rita had a weird thing going on in their relationship. I always knew that him and Rita has some strange dealings going on, when this is how she speaks about her husband.
What is it like being married to Anton Daniels? Oh, Jesus. Wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with him. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's capable of it. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person when he's angry. He blacks out.
Anton Daniels.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, Wisdom, bro, I gave you the wrench back. I'm just fucking with you because you said you was going to another show. But I was just fucking with you. But check this out, y'all. Listen to what that woman just said. Did you hear what she did? In this video, my favorite one is called Anton Daniels Exposed, the Fake Millionaires, over on Mike TV. If you, man, listen, this brother got so many receipts in this video that this man ain't who he say he is. I'm talking about surgical with it. And yeah. Y'all, these black conservatives are such an enemy to black people, it ain't even funny. Any black man that'll vote for Trump, and guess what their response gonna be? Well, you must love the Democrats. Nah, nigga, we love black people. That's right. That's why we don't fuck with neither one of them crackers and neither one of them parties. How you saying you pro-black, but the fucking MAGA agenda is totally opposite to what pro-black said that they want for their people. So when y'all talk about a dude say he black, but he's sleeping white, right? You got white people protesting on behalf of black people, and you got black folks out there talking about black people like Anton Daniels. You got black folks out there like Charleston White, who is the mouthpiece for, he's like a black Charlie Kirk. These are like black Charlie Kirks. And at the same time, people like O'Shea and all these guys, you know, they kind of rock with Candace Owens. Because why? They're all conservatives. They all Trump voting. So y'all rock with Candace Owens, but she's sleeping with a Jewish man outside her race. And I ain't saying you're rocking with her. I'm just saying y'all on the same team, the conservative team with her. You share the same political ideologies with her. I'm saying, how can you have far-right ideologies but saying you're pro-black? And I'm not saying pro-black means you're far left. It just means you don't deal with none of these white folks. If you pro-black, that means you woke enough to know that neither one of these white folks care about you. That's right. And that they all on the same team, two wings of the same bird. You can't be pro-black and pro-stupid. No, you can't say, well, I think that the white folks is the biggest threat, but I'm going to go vote for a white man named Donald Trump and give him my power. So it kind of make me say it's a weird ass thing to be. As a pro-black conservative is almost like a damn oxymoron. And you see where that gets you. It gets you people like Charlie Kirk. It gets you people like Anton Daniels. That's pro-black conservatism. That means, hey, because I'm fucking black women, I get to bash black people. I got the card. I got this card in my pocket that's given out to some dick police who police the black race. And they say, hey, who you fucking? Oh, well, your voice don't matter. Oh, you fucking a black woman? Give him a card right there. He got a license to speak for the race. And then the coons say, okay, all I got to do is have me a black woman hostage, like Anton Daniels, the incel, right? All they gotta do is say, well, I can get me a black woman, have a hostage, and I can go out there and coon all I want. And ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Why? Because they gonna say, show me your dick license. Pull out your license. Who you sleeping with? She black? Okay. You can bash black people. Go right ahead, sir. But in fact, I love you, man. You all right? You need any water out there? So there's something that has to be pointed out, because you got a lot of young black men, they rising up, they motivated to do things for their people, and they dating all kind of women. And I don't want it in their head that your voice don't matter, young man. Your voice do matter. That's right. Your voice do matter, young man. And we want to talk about what can you contribute in the form of technological innovation, in the form of, because these kids is going to be what pave the future for us. And we don't want nobody feeling left out, especially when the most toxic people in our community date within their race. That's right. Oh, let's talk about it. All of them Crips and Bloods that's killing each other, they are men that date black women, sir. I got a question today. Y'all want to make it all about who a person sleeping with that's shallow and stupid for the group. That's why we losing. Because you're saying you can be a gang member no matter what. Long as you land with a black woman, we gonna listen to you over that black scientist over there who's sleeping with the white woman, but we voted for Donald Trump.
Stupid.
Come on now. Come on now, y'all. This young black man that's making petroleum from plastic. Let's say he decide to marry a Mexican woman. We ain't gonna listen to nothing he gotta say, even though he's a genius. And we gonna go and listen to Charleston White because he married to a black woman, even though he land with a different damn woman every other night. You see how we've deteriorated with these kind of philosophies, and it's time to change it, y'all? That's why I do streams like this. I want you to reflect and think about the messages that's been spewed around these communities for so long, and what are they actually going to do to the next generation? They are hindrances. It's a bunch of black men that are just, it's, an echo chamber. They know what talking points to say to get the views, to be part of the in crowd. And so they all say them no matter how wrong they are, no different than any other religion. Right? So this is very toxic in my opinion. Because, again, back to O'Shea, right? He's an admitted trick, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, I'd rather my son marry him a white woman than to be in his 40s, unmarried, and not in those types of serious relationship, and he's saying, Daddy, I'm just still tricking. Now, I'm not talking down on O'Shea, but I'm not talking up on a nigga that's tricking while he's talking down on a dude that's swirling, because I ain't gonna lie, I got more respect for the swirler than the damn trick. As a man, I do. First of all, tricking is just so not manly, because what it does is, like, you don't have the gift of gab and the swagger. Like, I was taught one thing coming up, bro. When you can't get nothing else, you can get some PUSSY. Now, the brothers in the chat room who was taught that, come on now, and drop the ones in the chat room and let me know that. I ain't saying you ain't never tricked or never will, but you ain't doing it because it's just a part. You do this your lifestyle. I wouldn't call you a trick or a John, a dude that's like you pull up at the blade and the hoes know your name. What up, O'Shea? You back again? Yeah, I had a lot of super chats today, baby, so you know. And I'm joking on O'Shea because he joke on himself like this too, you know. He'll tell you when you sending in that donation, y'all know I'm going to trick this up. I done contributed to some of his tricking. I done contributed to some of his tricking. And I'm still am. I ain't mad at him. But I want to know why he think that brothers who dating out, our opinions don't matter. That's that's something that requires a response, a respectful one, right? And it requires me to point out everything that I'm pointing out right now that's wrong with it, right? So it's a lot of hypocrisies in it, because what O'Shea is saying is I can trick, but I don't trick with white women. I'm putting that money in black women's pockets. You know, this is crazy. And my thing is, when you got gray hair, you need to be in a serious relationship. Now, I can't tell a brother what to do, but I think it's hypocritical to your message, just like they say about swirlers. They say, well, swirlers shouldn't be talking about dating and black people issues or nothing like that because they dating out and they words don't matter. And I'm saying, well, look, a trick show don't matter. Think about it. In our black community, we value swirlers above tricks any day. That's right. That's street code. That's just law. That's reality. I don't know where y'all from, but in my hood, the trick is looked at as the lowest of the low because this is a guy that literally has to pay for poo nanny. And a lot of guys just don't respect that because they know that they have gotten PUSSY when they didn't have a dime in their pocket. Like, it's different levels of dudes, and the dudes that just stoop to, well, I'm just going to be a trick. I'm going to admit to it. That's just who I am. Fuck it. I'm going to pay for it. We never looked at that as noble. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't saying that a man hasn't tricked or won't trick. I'm saying, are you a trick? Are you a John? That's different. Again, that means you pulling up at the blade all around the world and these women know your name. You cool with the pimps. That's different than, hey, man, we paid for some pussy one night because the hoe that we saw on that blade just so happened to be bad, bro. And, you know, boom. And my thing is, that's like saying, look, I killed someone, but I'm not a murderer. Yeah, a man may have tricked before, but that don't make him a John. That's right. A John is a whole different type mentality. Now, every man, even if you're, especially if you balling, you may trick here and there because it's just some bad top-notch hoes out there that's going to require that you put a little bracelet on them or something. And that's just in that level of Hollywood, but that ain't what we talking about with O'Shea. All right, we that is not what y'all know that ain't what, come on now, y'all. Come on now. And my thing is, every man may have tricked before. How many niggas still tricking and johnning it up in their 40s and in their life right now? Shouldn't it be an age limit? Because if it's an age limit where y'all say a nigga should stop rapping, like what Charleston White like to say, Charleston White love to tell you, I think after you 35, you should stop rapping. Okay, I think after you 35, you should stop tricking. That's right. Charleston White is a trick. He laid up with the OnlyFans chick, but running through that money. You saw Charleston White did a video. He got this OnlyFans girls at least 6 figures worth shopping bags. Ice, Louis Vuitton, everywhere. He was like, this something for my lady, look, my other baby right here. So, like, all of these birds of a feather flock together from your O'Shea, Anton, Charleston White. It's weird. And people would think that they're more for blacks than me or a brother like Young Don, you know, or a brother like, I don't know too many swirlers. But there are a lot of them who care about their people. Why? Because why wouldn't you care about black people if you're a black man? Just because you got black men that date all colors of women, you don't think they love their mother, their father, who they are? It's very shallow and simple, and it's toxic, it's dangerous. Because now it's saying that all you gotta do is simply date black women. Now you can do whatever you want, because that's why that they would have more respect for gang members, toxic ass rappers. But soon as the swirler come on, they want to belittle you, act like your words don't matter. And I'm here to say we gotta chill with that. It's just stupid, and I'm being very respectful. So I shouldn't trigger any name calling in the chat room or anybody in their feelings, because I'm doing this very, very mature and respectful, right? So it should trigger, you know, a respectful response. You take Godfrey, for example. Godfrey only date black women, so he say. But Godfrey don't like FBA. Godfrey thinks that FBA is black people being divisive. And his words were, hurt people hurt people. That's what he said about FBA.
Come on now, dog.
He turned on his black friend for a white guy named Professor Dave, who's a racist, in my opinion. He practiced scientific racism. Yes, he does. So does Joe Rogan. I'm going to be exposing them too. And their scientific, you know, fakeism, racism, you know what I'm saying? Got the algorithm, right? But these guys will be like, listen, young black man, even though you graduated from Spelman College with honors, we don't want to care nothing about your opinion because you were a white woman. And then they will turn around and go vote for Donald Trump, who is the most racist MFer and the biggest enemy to black people. That's right. That's O'Shea. That's most of these guys that's the black conservative guys who got a problem with interracial daters. You should, like, I care more about who you voting for than who you sleeping with, because guess what? Who you voting for gonna show me exactly what team you really on. Because if you voting for the left, you on team stupid. And if you vote for the right, you're on team insane. Either team don't like black people, but the right one, they openly what they hate. So I don't understand how, and think about what these black conservatives like Anton, Charleston White, and when O'Shea platform was popping, when he was allowing people on, he allowed a lot of black men up there that had a lot of anti-black women vitriol. They had a lot of vitriol toward black women. So what you would see on these platforms where these guys will tell you that they don't like interracial daters, they will be with black women, but their whole platform will be bashing black women, like Anton Daniels. I don't get it. Because it explains why y'all voted for Trump, because when Trump attacked DEI, you had a bunch of talented black women who went to college, who worked their way up. It wasn't just handed to them through affirmative action. They worked their way up to places of government. Guess who DEI affected the most? Black women who had powerful positions in government. Trump got all them black women up out of government. And see, this is where your angry men, your Anton Daniels, your Myron Gaineses, this is where all these people celebrate Trump. Yeah, get them hoes up out of there. Them black, they just got this energy toward black women that just, but they're with black women. I was confused a long time, and I'm doing this video now to try to figure out what's up with these hypocrisies. Is it an elephant in the room no one want to address, or is it legitimate? Either way, it's very interesting, and it made me want to do this video. Very, very interesting stuff, because Charleston White is a pro-black conservative, and guess what? Here's what the far-right people think about Charleston White.
On my channel, I have a video that's titled Tone Police. And in that video, I basically make the point that people really don't have an issue with what you say necessarily, so they claim, but their issue is with how you said it. And frankly, that just isn't the truth. It isn't a matter of how you said it. Really, they got an issue with what you said, and they're trying to obfuscate and blame it on how you said it. In other words, they don't want to hear the truth from you, because what you're saying is going against the narrative. What you're saying is going against how we want to live and how we want to think. You're messing things up for us, and we must silence your voice. And the way to do that, one of the ways, is to make you feel real bad about your tone. So I want you to listen to this video. And you may not like the tone. You may not like the language. There is some foul language in this video. You may not like that. But you tell me if it's not true. You tell me if it's not true. And you tell me if this man, Charleston White, is not pointing out something that needs to be pointed out in the black community, specifically, but in this ignorant.
Now, I want y'all to keep in mind, this is a white Christian nationalist dude, right? He's part of some ministry, but his whole channel, like you say, is a bashing black people. Who gonna be the best voice to do it for him? Your Charleston Whites, your Anton Daniels. Now, these white folks love to put Charleston White on a pedestal. But look what they did to him when he was doing the same thing about Charlie Kirk. You see, these white folks love to put Charleston White on a pedestal when he bashing black people. But Charleston White is a direct manifestation of the stereotype that he's bashing for the white man. This is very, very hypocritical, because when the white folks say that black people are violent, do you know that Charleston White got so many aggravated assaults and he brags on it? Charleston White got hella aggravated assaults, pepper spraying people from shooting them to beating them. Facts. And animal abuse. He's a very violent motherfucker. This man is extremely violent, grew up in the damn system. But this is white people's man that they use to tell the world how violent black people are. Get what I'm saying? So think about what I'm telling you now. Charleston White is extremely violent. But all of the white folks love him because he talks about how violent niggas is. And we was better off in slavery, right? Now watch this, right? Anton Daniels love to talk about how violent black people is when his wife just told you he's violent. Listen to what his wife's saying about him. He's violent. Brandon Tatum, very violent. We got videos of him threatening black men lives who ain't done nothing to him. But he go up every day talking about how black people are ghetto and violent when you're another ghetto violent nigga. And we know that. And white people don't care about black people being ghetto and violent, because if they did, they wouldn't have ghetto and violent niggas at the forefront of their movements. But long as them niggas saying what y'all want them to say, you don't care that they're hypocrisy and a direct reflection of what y'all trying to condemn in black people. Now, Anton Daniels love to talk about how violent black people is, but let's listen to his wife talk about how violent he is.
A weird thing going on in their relation. I always knew that him and Rita has some strange dealings going on when this is how she speaks about her husband.
What is it like being married to Anton Daniels? Oh, Jesus. Wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's capable of it. I've seen him angry before. He's just like...
His own wife said she think he's capable of killing somebody. So again, birds of a feather flock together. Charleston White is extremely violent and he's very capable of killing somebody, but that somebody gonna always be a black man, because Anton Daniels and Charleston White will put on their suit and tie and tuck their tail and go coon for that white man. Look at how Charleston White act around Aiden Ross. And look at how he talked to black people when he get mad. Look at how he marched off from that HBCU campus. And how he is around Aiden Ross and all them. These are the people y'all think for y'all. And they love to disqualify the Nets man, saying, well, he date out. See, that's my thing. Brother Polite came into the community talking about he only date black women. And then when he got his money up, we saw him put a white model in a dashiki. And he dated that white woman. You see? So it's not a real legitimate ideology. It's just something that a lot of Negroes see. I'm going to tell you where it come from, right? You got to keep it real now. It's an incel ideology for this reason. It's harder to date out and in than just to date in. Because what is a swirler doing? A swirler is dating out and dating in. That's why it's called swirling, because it's you doing both of them, right? So the dudes that are only dating black women is because they don't have anything about themselves to expand out to even be able to date different types of women. That's a gift you develop, right, within your game. And all men know that. And another thing that's a red flag, if a dude say, I only date black women, but you tricking, that meant you only limited to black women. You only been limited to black women because you didn't have the skills to go and get these bad white women, bad Mexican women. And it's hard to get a bad black woman too. But it's easier if you're a black man. Just like it's easier for a white man to go and get the bad white woman, because that's his culture. So when you see a black man with a bad white woman, every man know back in the day, you kind of was like, okay, this nigga know he know more. Cause think about it. When you just say you meet a chick from Sweden, you got to learn to speak different languages. You got to try different food. You got to be traveling. That's why it's envious. A lot of brothers, they hate brothers because, man, that nigga can get any fucking woman he want. And I just got a date in my race because can't expand my vocabulary outside of my race. Or I don't know how to talk to other different groups of people and stuff. I don't travel the world that much. Or when I do, I only go to black places. Right? But see, my whole thing is this. This has nothing to do with how much a man loves his race and will contribute to it. If we was dictating a person's loyalty based upon who they sleeping with, then we surely would dictate it based upon who they voting for. Because think about it. I'd rather all black people who want to date whoever they want to date have the ability to do that without scrutiny versus all black people getting behind Donald Trump. Because that's what's going on. You got a lot of black guys on the far right. They married to black women like Anthony Bryan Logan. He's married to a black woman. I think so. Yeah, he is. But he's a big coon. You see what I'm saying? So some of your biggest coons are married to black women. I'm pretty sure Thomas Sowell is married to a black woman. I don't know if he's even married or if he's married to a black woman, but I'm pretty sure he is. All right. So like I said, always remember that the talented 10th, the group of black bourgeoisie Negroes that we call the boule, who sold us out to the white man, all of them married to black women. The most richest, most powerful, think about it, man. Puff Daddy was married to a black woman. And black people in the pro-black community value what he had to say over any other nigga that was dating out their race, because the only thing you need to do is date black women. You don't gotta marry one of them. You gotta listen to my words clearly. Date them. They're very clear on their word, dating. It ain't, marrying within your race. It's dating within your race. It's saying, look, I only have sex with black women. I'm 50 years old. I'm still single. And I'm mad at a young black 18-year-old who's married with a family, but he's with a Mexican woman. He's building for his community. He's into graduating the university. And we want to put in that young man's head, he ain't no value to his race. We gonna throw him away and say his opinions don't matter. Despite how genius his mind is, nope, we rather hear Charleston White because he fucks black women. And he married to a black woman. You see what I'm saying? The black community is cooked. It has deteriorated into a big hypocrisy that is primed and prepped and ready to be marched off to the slaughterhouse, because you got the blind leading the blind. No one's thinking rationally. Everyone is participating in favoritism, idolatry, disrespect, which is why I'm being very respectful right now. And I'm showing y'all that we in a dangerous time. Because even with all these hypocrisies I'm pointing out, guess what? People still gonna push back, even though they can't really argue against what I'm saying. So it'll turn into name calling, bashing. You see words like dusty, childish stuff. But we're in communities where everybody talking about man this, man that, manosphere. And we don't really act like men as black men. A lot of these dudes in these spaces have sold out to the far right, and they only bashing black women and black people, but they call it the manosphere. Ain't nothing manly about it. And then when you go to talking like this, they don't invite you on their show like a man would. They do little fucking AI shit. They do little funny stuff. They make it a joke when I'm serious. I want to have a serious conversation about the community, man. And yeah, I'm going to give my little humor, and I expect them to do it too, but I ain't disrespectful. I'm saying, and I'm willing to sit down with people and talk. They ain't willing to do that, but they say that this is a manosphere. What's manly about that, man? What's manly about voting for Trump and not being willing to sit down and talk to your black brother?
I just can't believe it. I mean, I can believe it because I'm watching it and I know what the culture is like because I was raised in it, but it doesn't mean that it makes it right.
Recently, I've been covering the decline of many black conservative commentators, people such as the Hodge twins and even Officer Brandon Tatum. And of course, what I'm saying about them is true. At least I feel so. While they are right on many issues and aspects of their commentary, they tell half-truths, meaning that they don't explain the entire situation as to why something is going on.
And instead of saying a person telling a half-truth, I'd rather say they just telling a lie. Because what is a half-truth? It is a damn lie, because you're reframing the narrative by leaving a part out of it. You're being very nice to them calling it a half-truth. Anybody else, you probably would have called it a lie.
They're pretty much just cut and paste. This is happening and blacks are to blame. But when you look at the whole situation, it's more to be told there. And in the comment sections of the videos, one name keeps coming up. Anton Daniels. For example, look at this. You can add Anton Daniels to the list too. Keep calling him out, Unc. Anton Daniels is next. We lost him to the system. Anton Daniels, he's the same as the twins. I know you're cool with Anton, but that's what Anton Daniels do.
Damn!
So guys, I gotta offer you an apology. I was being hypocritical. I mentioned a few days ago, Brandon Tatum calls out Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes for being anti-Semitic, but never mentions Candace Owens. And Candace Owens is his friend. And in fact, Candace Owens is probably more anti-Semitic, or at least the Israel may think so, than the other two. In the same way, Anton Daniels has been putting out some pretty interesting content that I disagree with. But I am friendly with Anton Daniels. It is because Anton Daniels, when I first met him, wasn't as big as he is now, and he's much bigger and a better YouTuber than me. But Anton Daniels is different than Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens, or the Hodge twins.
And I'm going to just joke on this real quick. People, I don't care what y'all say. I think it is very tacky to have your fucking initials on your shirt like that. Ad, like a commercial ad. And it literally is an ad, an advertisement to show how big your ego is because, bro, we know your name. Do you know how silly it'll look if somebody walk up to Anton and be like, bro, what does that AD stand for? Guess what Antoine gonna say? Come on, bro, don't be stupid. What, you know my name, Anton Daniels, so why did you put it on your shirt if you know everybody know it? You stupid.
Stupid.
Bro, that's like having on a name tag at work. You know, like a McDonald's worker when they put the name tag right there on their chest. Bro, that is so tacky. I don't care what nobody say. I gotta call. Bro, stop that shit. No. AD, come on, bro. Nah, bro, that is tacky as hell to have your initials right there on your shirt. That shit looks so work employee type shit. Like, you might as well just get your name tag. What that stand for, sir? Oh, my name, Anton Daniels. AD, see? He's right here. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. That ain't it.
Number one, Anton Daniels is married to a black woman.
He's right, you know.
Now his commentary.
Y'all heard what he said? Anton Daniels is married to a black woman. He's right, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these dudes, that is so like, girl, and he's married to a black woman. Give me some more motherfucking effects in here. I don't think y'all hear me. Like, he's eating his vegetables type shit. Like, bro, are we that shit? And he's married to a black woman. He got that right. But he voted for a white man named Donald Trump who wanted to exterminate and get black women out of power. He's married to a black woman who just said he has the potential to kill somebody. When she was asked about her husband, she didn't say not one fucking good thing about him. It turned into damn near like, this woman may need help. We might need to check on this woman. It's kind of damn near gave me Slyway help vibes. I'm hostage type shit. Don't make me replay it. Type replay in the chat room if you didn't see the clip of Anton's wife. Because when we say he's married to a black woman, nah, he got a black hostage, nigga. Let me play this shit back. Nah, shout out to my nigga Mike TV. Mike TV know what he doing over there. Let's go back with your Mike TV. Let's play the Mike TV one more time. Shout out, go sub up to Mike TV. That's right.
From a profitable business.
I was profitable. You know, a lot of people can't say that they was profitable. I don't believe in fail.
Damn, he said, I say, Anton's restaurant with air quotes, because if you look up his own credit, so now he's using his
wife to co-sign for everything. In my opinion, it's just a matter of time before
blase. Don't get it twisted, y'all. It was about the size of a quarter of a Subway. It was about the size of a New York City bodega. So, all right, Anton.
So I want to note that he's really screwing up his wife. He already ruined his credit, so now he uses his wife to co-sign for everything. In my opinion, it's just a matter of time before he
Damn, he said he's really fucking over his wife. He said Anton already ruined his own credit, so now he's using his wife to co-sign for everything. Damn.
ruins her credit as well. And I think he uses the fact that she's on the hook as a co-signer as a method to control her and or prevent her from leaving. Because
Say it ain't so. They go on to say that I think Anton uses Rita being a co-signer on all the loans as a method of control, as a method of keeping her from leaving. Wow. Why would that prevent Rita from leaving the marriage?
if she ever left, he could simply default on the accounts and it would ruin her financially. Anyways,
Because if he defaults on the accounts and she's attached to the accounts, then that would ruin her financially. Damn, I always knew that him and Rita had a weird thing going on in their relationship. I always knew that him and Rita had some strange dealings going on when this is how she speaks about her husband.
What is it like being married to Anton Daniels? Oh, Jesus. Wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities. And so you have to be a certain type of woman.
Didn't Curtis Mayfield make a song, Hard Times, in this crazy, crazy town, having hard times in this crazy, crazy world. And then it goes something like that. Excuse me. Didn't that Curtis Mayfield song? Ain't that Curtis Mayfield? I remember it from a little boy. Hard times. Because that's what that's the theme music I hear in the background while she's, talking about her husband. Hard times. Go pull that song up, y'all. You ever heard that shit? I need to give y'all a little snippet of it. I don't want them to copyright me. I'm going to see, because I think that's Curtis Mayfield. Hard times. In this crazy, crazy time. That was my shit. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to sample that. Because that was a cool one. Was that Curtis? Let me see if that Curtis real. You know when a nigga going through it when he that's them hard times guitars. Them little wah wah waka waka guitars. That mean give me that bottle of brown over there, man. I'm going through some shit. Let's take a ride in the Brohound. Come on, let's play the video.
I always knew that him and Rita had some strange dealings going on when this is how she speaks about her husband.
What is it like being married to Anton Daniels? Oh, Jesus. Wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities. And so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's capable of it. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person when he's angry. He blacks out.
Anton Daniels is emotional. She doesn't know if he's killed anybody before. He gets angry and he just blacks out. Rita, blink twice if you need help, darling.
And you know what's crazy, y'all? You can't say me pointing this out is wrong because why? Anton Daniels likes to point out that black people are violent. Remember what he did with Carmelo Anthony? Remember about the black woman on the subway? He didn't bring up mental health. He brought up black people are violent. So if Anton Daniels can single these people out and show you that black men are violent, why can't I get my black conservatism on and show you he violent too? That's right. How I'm doing something wrong? I'm doing what Anton doing. And we like him for that, right? That's pro-black. He pointing out Trump gonna clean up the black community, right? Anton pointing out the violence of black men. He's singling them out in these little situations. We can't single him out and use the words of his own wife. She lived with him. And she's saying he's so violent, she think he can kill somebody. That's right. This man drugged Carmelo Anthony, and Carmelo Anthony thought that he was defending himself. Your wife ain't say nothing about defense. She just said, nigga, you got different personalities and you can be violent. Guess what that means? The brother might have mild schizophrenia and bipolarism. I know what I'm talking about. But this dude got over 1 million subs. Why? Because he's a talking head for white supremacy. Multiple personalities mean your mind ain't fucking right. Let me play this video, bro, from your own wife. Listen, if Anton can single out these other young black men to show their psychology and black violence in the black community like he did with them Memphis students, why can't we do it with him? We want to point out the problems in the black community, right? We care, right? That's right. We care, right? Okay, so let's keep pointing it out.
Him and Rita had a weird thing going on in their relation. I always knew that him and Rita had some strange dealings going on when this is how she speaks about her husband.
What is it like being married to Anton Daniels? Oh, Jesus. Wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's capable of it. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person when he's angry. He blacks out.
Anton Daniels is emotional. She doesn't know if he's killed anybody before. He gets angry and he just blacks out. Rita, blink twice if you need help, darling. Blink 3 times if you need a first responder sent to your address immediately. Oh my God, oh my God. Make it make sense, y'all. Make it make sense.
Mike, keep doing what you're doing. I'm a big supporter, and thank you for letting me share this information, and thanks for respecting my privacy.
Damn, come on. Poor Rita. Got Rita held hostage financially, huh? Done tricked off his credit score, and now he's using Rita as a co-signer. God damn it, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. And of course, with everything the anonymous source said, I got to throw a little allegedly on it. But everything else I got to say during this stream, we're going to back it by receipts, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into who the hell is Anton Daniels. But you know what I want to start with? What I want to start with? Well, what I really need to start with is acknowledging this Cash App that just came through. Thank you so much for the contribution, Spencer. I appreciate you. And what I really want to get into is I want to share my screen, and let's actually go through Anton Daniels' work history.
And I'm not going to play that because I want y'all to go to Mike TV's channel. It's a teaser that I just gave you. If you want to see that work history, you got to go on over there to Mike TV. Let's try to get this brother to 40,000 subs, right? And he got a lot of work on Anton, and it doesn't get shared and respected. And that's because when you telling the truth against the gate guards, you're going to be small, man, and it's sad to see. Because if Mike TV wanted to get his money up, he can just change his whole steez around and start bashing black people like Anton doing. That's right! So go on over there, man. He got like 10 videos on Anton Daniels. and they're thorough, and he never makes a claim that he don't back up with receipts. He's very investigative. So you must understand the value of this brother's channel. Now let's get back to reviewing O'Shea video. And my thing with O'Shea is he's the main one like to talk about you ain't got no opinion if you swirling, right? But by his same logic, you shouldn't have no opinion if you tricking. In fact, among black men, the swirler should get way more respect than the trick. Come on, y'all. Because think about this. It ain't like you with a black woman. You don't have a black woman. That's like Kevin Samuels died single. All of the men that's giving the young brothers relationship advice are single. They tricking. They living bachelor lives like Charleston White, or either they wives talking about them like Anton Daniels. You see? I'm just saying. Now, Tariq Nasheed, I think his wife is black, or maybe she's black and mixed with something. You don't see him doing a lot of dissing of brothers who's swirling. He don't need to play into that because he know there's a lot of brothers in FBA who swirl. And guess what Tariq know? That they still are valuable, their opinions matter, and that they in a fight for their people, man, for real. That's why Tariq is more powerful, more bigger, more relevant, right, than these guys. Because he ain't got to play into these simple little red pill conservative talking points that's been said for so many years that don't make no sense, that can be easily debunked. You see what I'm saying? See, he ain't got to do these kind of gimmicks that Anton Daniels do, where you bringing on the booty warrior, Fleece Johnson, and the coon Charleston White, right? These guys are sellouts for the money. But see, O'Shea will have more. One thing I'm going to say about O'Shea, and I'll be wrong if I don't say this, because it's been on my heart. I feel like O'Shea don't like the ruffle feathers of big YouTubers. Like, if you bigger than him, he try to be friendly with you, right? Even if you have ideologies that's contrary to his, like what Anton Daniels doing. People had to make him call Anton out. Now, I think if there was a small YouTuber that was cooning like Anton Daniels, that didn't have like a big following like that O'Shea would do a video calling him out as a coon, right? He got videos calling different people out as coons, but not the people around him that he are networked and plugged in with, who are big and powerful, because Anton is powerful. He got a huge following. These far right wing conservatives, they are behind him too. He's all on the news and all that. And what I find is that, you know, O'Shea, just in my opinion, and I'm being respectful, O'Shea really, he don't really like to say what's right if it's against a person he cool with that's big. In other words, he pick and choose his battles, you know, and it can come off contradictory at times too, because like with the Anton Daniels situation is a good example. But see, it's not just Anton Daniels, because he got another best friend, Anthony Brian Logan, and Anthony Brian Logan, he ain't as bad as Anton Daniels and Charleston White, but he's still far right. Okay, he stood up for Carmelo, but he's still far right. He still is happy Trump got the National Guard in these black communities, and not in these communities where Charlie Kirk got unalived. It's a double standard. So, you know, the whole thing is, it ain't even. You bash blacks more than you bash the whites who perpetuating the situation you bashing blacks for. No one, and that's the part they leaving out. And so it's more people O'Shea need to call out, man. And Anthony Brian Logan need to be one of them. We ain't just satisfied. Y'all get no cape. You call down Anton Dan. We've been calling him out. Now move on. Let's go to Anthony Brian Logan next. Let's show that we ain't picking and choosing, because if you done it to NFU brothers, you got to do it to all of them and to the elephants in the room, because Anthony Brian Logan got millions of subs just like Anton Daniels. How do you think they get to 1 million so quick? Selling out. A lot of far-right white people will back you. Look at how big Charleston White got when he put the MAGA hat on and went far-right conservative. But the whole concept of a pro-black person that's for black people, but they voting for Trump is fucking just hypocritical. We know Trump ain't good for black people. We know for a fact that the far-right, the MAGA movement, all of that is pro-white. That is pro-white. So how you gonna say I'm a pro-black conservative who voted for Trump? You're saying I'm pro-black and I'm pro-white. But both of them groups got different contrary missions. You gotta pick one. And these guys, in my opinion, they straddle the fence to play it safe, to get big quicker, in my opinion.
Number one, Anton Daniels is married to a black woman.
He's right, you know.
Now, his commentary might be different, but his actions still qualify as partially being pro-black.
Can your actions be partially pro-black? You feel me? Like, for example, if you in the NFL, can your actions qualify as partially being athletic? If so, then that mean if you half of something, you ain't none of it for real. Like, think about this, right? If a person say you part black and you part white, they just can't call me a black man and they just can't call me a white man. I'm none of those. I'm both of them. And the act of me being partiality disqualify me from being pro. Because the whole point of you putting pro in front of black is saying that you all the way with this shit. Otherwise, you don't put pro in front of it, like pro football, pro abortion, pro to anything, right? You can't say you pro something, then someone accuse you for being partial at it. Because if a person say, well, this woman is pro-abortion, but sometimes she advocate for anti-abortion. You can't have that because you playing both sides. You see what I'm saying? You can't be, well, I'm going to be part pro-black, but then over here, I'm going to be voting for Trump and appealing to the pro-whites too. That's called playing both sides, and everybody know when you play both sides, you get big quicker. And this man went to over 1 million views in no time. So it's very simple what's going on, but nobody want to call it out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said the concept of a pro-black conservative is an oxymoron. But when you also say that a person is a part-time pro-black, it's because they spending the other half of their life appealing to the pro-whites. That's right. It's very simple. I don't know why O'Shea won't just call it like that. You know, because that's what it is. He's beating around the bush because it's his friend. Well, you know, his actions will still partially qualify as being pro-black, but a swirler opinion don't matter. But a swirler opinion don't matter at all, even though this man is a part-time partial pro-black and the other half he's spitting bashing niggas. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's nigga that's playing both sides. He's more compromised than a swirler who's literally doing something for their people. That's right. Facts. Facts. He's over there doing the work of the devil and get a pass just because he's with a black woman who don't even look like she happy with being with him. That's right. This gotta be pointed out, bro. This is madness.
Anton Daniels may be harshly critical of black Americans and what we do. He has a lovely black wife. I've spoken to her before.
You see what I'm saying? Once they start telling you how much, when they call it being harshly critical, but the thing is, he's straight up cooning for the white man. Let's call it for what it is. And he bringing another big coon on his platform, Charleston White. It's clear what he's doing, and you trying to make light of it. And then when you try to make light of his dangerous, toxic statements that he's doing on Fox News, he's literally a talking head directly for these damn racist white folks. All of y'all voted for Donald Trump, man. This ain't right, bro. And then I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. At the end of you saying how much he cooning, you got to back it up. He has a lovely black wife, and his black wife, you know, she waters the flowers, she walks the dogs, you know. And even though he bashes black people for white people, and he got his damn initials on the front of his shirt when he do it, he's with a black woman. That's what get them out of it. Look at how much vitriol Umar Johnson got toward black people. He talk about black people just like a white conservative. And look how big he is. And every platform he go to, he bashes black people. But act like he the biggest pro-black. You know, if I had to wait on black people to get it done, it just won't get done. He always blaming the fact that his school ain't finished on black people, and y'all ain't donating. And he can get more donations from black people if he didn't bash them every fucking video. And that's what I'm saying, bro. This man here is a Pan-African. He don't ask Africans for donations. That's right. But he put them on a pedestal above black people. O'Shea do it, in my opinion, too. All of these Pan-Africans and these guys that live in Africa, they gonna respect where they at the most. Home is where the heart is. And they heart is where they body is, nigga. Because home is where the heart is, and you put your heart where your home is, nigga. Las Vegas my home right now, even though I'm from Bama. It's still my home, no. But this is my second home. Now watch what I'm saying, though. My thing is this. O'Shea and Pan-Africans look at African culture like it's spiritual, like it's just at the height of spirituality. It's our true identity. It basically, you know, it's something that they highly fucking respect. But I've even heard O'Shea saying a lot of words, you can't have nothing with niggas. And when he stopped the Sunday Rumble, that's what he was saying. You know, because niggas they ruin shit, you know, niggas act ignorant, and for the most part, I ain't gonna say he all the way wrong about it, but I've heard them voice their vitriol toward niggerish behavior, right? And I wonder if they sincere about it, or if it's part of their conservative ideology that they trying to appeal to the far right, because they'll turn around and be cool with a lot of these niggerish guys like Charleston White. Again, Charleston White is in the black conservative circle, but he'll tell you, I'm playing on both sides. I'm just playing with it. But the black conservatives ain't playing with him. Think about how desperate the conservatives are. Charleston White go on every video saying he ain't loyal to none of that stuff. He about the money. He just playing with it. But the black conservatives and the white conservatives keep bringing him on their shows, putting him on a pedestal for us to take him serious, for their viewers to take him serious. Even though Charleston White will get off of this interview, go live on this channel and say, yo, I just made $10,000, nigga. I ain't believe none of that shit, nigga. I'm just talking shit, nigga. I'm just bullshit, nigga. Look how much bread I made. Tell me I'm lying. and they'll invite him right back on there to talk. Like if I'm a YouTuber and I know that the dude I'm paying to interview don't believe in what he's saying and he just playing with me, taking my money, I'ma stop interviewing him, nigga. I'ma stop interviewing him. That's false. You mean to tell me you don't believe none of that stuff you saying is fake? You ain't coming back to my channel if I'm Say Cheese. If I'm Cam Capone News, nope. If I'm the Art of Dialogue, man, you heard he said he didn't mean none of that. Imagine if one of them gangsters on No Jumper went on their channel and said, nigga, I ain't no gangster. I just be talking that shit, nigga. I don't mean none of that, nigga. I'm just making money. All this shit fake, nigga. This a character that I'm playing. Charleston White literally tell people that, and the people he tell that to still hire him the next day and act like we should take him serious. They literally chop up the video like, this is some deep shit. And right after the video, Charleston White will be like, ha ha ha, nigga, I ain't mean none of that shit, nigga. That's some bullshit I'm talking, nigga. Fuck that shit, nigga. Nigga, I'm getting bread, nigga. And he'll be right back on their channel. What kind of a people will let a man, he telling y'all, bro, I'm playing y'all for the money. I don't believe this shit I'm saying. None of y'all can do that and still have a job. Once you blow your cover, like what Charleston White doing, and let the people who hiring you know that you fake, and the people who listening to you, once you tell them this shit fake, you ain't got no job no more. I don't know how Charleston White can get away with it, because once I learned that wrestling was fake, I didn't even watch that shit no more. Once I learned it was fake, it was all a character, they wasn't hitting for real, I used to really think they was hitting for real as a child. But as a child, you believed in Santa Claus, didn't you? The Tooth Fairy. But you reach an age where somebody busts your bubble like, yeah, bro, of course they're not hitting for real. Like, it's fake, man. I can never look at wrestling the same. Just like when I found out sports was rigged. I watch these games and I want to get in it. I love Alabama Crimson Tide. And part of me is saying this shit ain't fake. How you gonna fake it? But I'm still researching that. It's a lot of proof that this stuff may be fake. You know? But my whole thing is Charleston White is a social psychological operation. Because I never saw nobody that can just he's a experiment that points out the hypocrisies in America.
Ignorant, ghetto, hood, I'ma do me mindset that wants to be their own God, this nihilistic thinking that
this is a dude, white guy from the far right. He's supporting Charleston White. Let's play the video. He's doing a lot of talking. I want to get to the video. He's a Christian.
You standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When
You got to remember that Cam Newton is a coon, too. He put the dress on, and you know the dress ritual, right? You know about the dress ritual and about them masculizing the black man, right? So remember now, Charleston White be around these gay white guys all the time. Charleston White be around these gay white guys all the time, right? And he around Cam Newton, and I ain't saying Cam Newton gay, or I ain't bashing no gay person. But what I am saying is Cam Newton gives you certain vibes. He's a big, strong black man, but the way he carry himself, it ain't a threat to white America. Like, they ain't gonna look it. The way he dressed, the way his demeanor is, even though he's a big, strong black man, it's in a way to show the white man I'm still a good old boy. Let me put on my biggest smile, my biggest shuck jiving suit, and let me not appear so strong, right? Maybe if I wear bright colors and playful stuff, my masculinity will, you know, sort of, I can hide my masculinity. Like maybe if I wear short shorts, and this is just my whole thing with Cam Newton. He give me those vibes. Like, listen, I'm this big, strong black nigga, but I don't want to give off that energy because I don't want to make white people uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So let me kind of be, you know, this kind of whatever you want to call it, but that's what I get. You feel me? And like he's trying to throw Charleston White a life jacket. Like, well, you for your people. We know you for your people. And the crazy thing about Cam Newton saying that, Charleston White got entire videos out the videos where he's saying, fuck black people, nigga. I'm counting this money. Yeah, fuck y'all niggas. I don't care nothing about black babies, black people. Fuck black people, nigga. Fuck the community. Drop a one if y'all have heard plenty videos of Charleston White saying this. And he's serious with it. He's counting the money in front of the camera, showing the people and stunting on them like, fuck y'all. Nigga, I don't care nothing about no people. I care something about this money. When a person tell you who they are, believe them. That's right. Drop a one, because I watched this guy. Every other video he telling you fuck the community. I don't care, especially what he was saying to them black college students at that HBCU. Now, Charleston White was at a HBCU. He disrespected the school, disrespected the students, said these niggas can't afford me. They don't got enough money. Fuck the community. Whatever they did at that HBCU, it wasn't worse than what Aiden Ross did to you as a black man when he told you he wanted to smell your penis. If you're a straight black man, that was sexual assault. If you do that to a woman, she can press charges on you talking like that. These white guys love to violate black men on their channels, and they know which coons will allow it for the bag. So Charleston White constantly gets violated by Aiden Ross, but people don't think that it's violations because you think it's just gay joking. But if you keep gay joking with a straight man who's married with girlfriends, that's hella disrespectful, nigga. That's hella disrespectful. And Charleston White'll put up with it. Aiden, quit playing like that, man. Hey, don't touch my ass like that no more. Boy, you play too much. Boy, quit like that. Hey, stop, boy. Don't you grab my dick like that. You come on, you play too much, Aiden. And he'll still be there around Aiden doing the interviews. He won't walk away and march off like he did the HBCU. That's right. I don't care what the black, excuse me. Oh, wow. I got a hole in my cup. Y'all saw that? But look, right? I don't care what the black students did. They didn't sexually violate you as a man. And if you say, well, look, black people can't afford me. They knew they couldn't afford me. I thought you was for the community. I thought you would, but see, think about it. Whatever HBCU said, we want Charleston White to come speak up here, they worse than Charleston White. That's right. Whoever arranged that at that HBCU needs to be fired. Because y'all bringing Charleston White around these students, and you know the type of stuff that he say on these YouTube videos, dissing these gang members and all that. At any given moment, someone can do something to Charleston White, and you got him around students. Whatever black HBCU said, you know, we want Charleston White to come up here and talk. They toxic and stupid and part of the problem too. They part of the problem. Don't nobody want to bring the young genius up. Don't no HBCU want Moses West to come talk, y'all. They don't want to interview that young black boy that's making gas out of plastic. But they want to bring Charleston White to the HBCU to speak to the students. And they know the type shit he say online. We in trouble, bro, I'm telling you. And look, it backfired on them. It backfired on them. Charleston White can go around these racist white folks and get along with them just fine. He just can't get along with black college students. But he's pro-black and he's for his people, according to Cam Newton. See, and they'll put these dudes in the forefront. The pro-black movement cooked, man. I wouldn't even try to be part of that shit. It's damn near like Black Lives Matter now. It's just hypocritical as hell. It's a big mess, man.
Like, I think everything that you're saying has some truth to it. It's just the delivery. You standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you
Everybody keeps saying Charleston White telling the truth, it's just his delivery. Bro, when you saying F babies, I don't care if a baby died, the hell, even what's that black football player that unalived himself? Drop his name in the chat room. I want everyone to spam that young brother's name right now. Spam it right now. Because this young brother unalived himself based upon him being a targeted individual by the police department in his area, and that can happen to anybody. This is a form of psychological warfare. So, yeah, you may say, well, I never unalive myself. You don't know that we're going to do a story on him so you can see what they was doing to this brother, right? Psychologically. So, but the thing is this. Charleston White made a whole video dissing that man, dissing the dead, spitting in his grave. Young black athlete, what's his name? What's his name, y'all? Shout out to Charlie for the super chat. Appreciate that love, Charlie. What's that young black brother name? He was what school did he go to? He committed suicide because they said he was responsible for the death of, it was a big accident. It was Kyron Lacey. There you go. Kyron Lacey. That man spit in Kyron Lacey's grave, and everyone know that that was just an unfortunate tragedy that this young brother had went through. And Charleston White used that as a moment to, he liked desecrating, spitting on the, dissing the dead, because it's shock value. It's shock value. You know what I'm saying? And if a person will put on a MAGA hat and kick it with white supremacists for money, you know they'll diss the dead for money. Come on now. You know they'll diss the dead for money if they'll do all that. You think he really care? He looking for shock value content. All right, so let me play this.
Black daughter, he's taking care of a black family. Okay. 2, Anton Dan.
You know what? I don't care if a nigga taking care of a black family. Why? Every man should take care of their family. A nigga shouldn't get a pass to be a talking head for white supremacy because he's taking care of a black family. Because like I said, every nigga that's in the boule is taking care of a black family. You know how many black families that are for Trump, that are for Israel? You know how many black and these are the most powerful among us. The most powerful people in our race all get behind the rich whites because they are in the same tax bracket with them. Rich is a race all by itself. When we say, because you got to think of how y'all being played. They got brothers that are literally fighting for the opposition, but because they with a black woman, everybody they allow these people to be the talking head for black people. They got Anton Daniels all on the news because of the rules we made. We told white America, if he's with a black woman and he's taking care of a black family, that's all we need. He can speak for us. We're letting that be a rule. It's a stupid rule. You got a lot of black people that'll get behind anti-black agendas. And they will make it like they're participating in pro-black activity just because when they doing it, they having sex with black women. So we can vote for Donald Trump, who's implementing anti-black policies. And we can call this pro-black conservatism because while we support the racist white man, we fucking black women. We ain't marrying them in most cases. And in the case of Anton, his marriage seemed more like a hostage situation. So you can serve, you know what, I wouldn't be, you know what, if a nigga was in the KKK, but they was dating a black woman, taking care of black family, they'll give them a pass. They'll say, listen, man, I know this brother's in the KKK, but he's with a black woman. That's right. And he's taking care of a black family, man. I know he's a Grand Dragon down there in Mississippi's clan. We know that this brother, he's a he done hung over 50 niggas, but he's with a black woman and he's taking care of a black family. So, hey, he right with me. That's right. They did that same thing for Puff Daddy, but that's a black man. And he got black boys to pass his wealth down, and he with a black woman. Bro, you ain't getting none of that wealth. That's another stupid thing they say. A black man should be with a black woman to pass his wealth down to black people. Bro, you ain't gonna get none of LeBron James's wealth. Somewhere in their mind, if enough rich people date black, it'll account for all of us getting rich. That ain't how capitalism works. That would be communism, you dummies. It's in capitalism, everything is ran by rich families who only get richer while your family, they implement ways to make it harder for poor people to get rich. So as people make it to the top of capitalistic systems, they tend to shorten the ladder for others to get there. Also, what we gotta realize, right? Black people live vicariously through a lot of our celebrities and entertainers. That's right. That's another big problem. Which is why they say keep the wealth in the with black people. Bro, you know how many rich black people it is? And you still broke as hell. Wealth is a personal family thing. It's not a group ethnicity thing. I don't care what no nigga tell you, because they gonna say, look at the Jews and look at all these other groups. Guess what? All of them other groups have a group economic system that started based upon independent families. Facts. If you go to Chinatown, every restaurant gonna be owned by a different Chinese family. And guess what? Some of them Chinese people may date black women. I'm in Vegas. There's a lot of swirling going on out here. So my thing is, if you think, well, if the rich people date in their own race, that's more money for black people. No, that's more money for them. It don't matter how many black women Puff Daddy lay with, his money will never translate to your money, dummy. That's another argument we gotta stop doing. Let's go. Let's go.
Daniels largely has a black base, and at first he was marketing his content towards the black community. All the black podcasts he has, the live events he's done, he monetizes a black audience, which I respect. He wasn't trying to just get to an all-white audience. Anton Daniels has definitely grown his offline presence. He's appeared on Fox News, he's appeared on Dr. Phil, and this is a part of his marketing strategy. He's not staying still. And that's why Anton Daniels is probably gonna cross 1 million subscribers in the next 2 weeks or a few weeks, because number one, of his work ethic and exactly how he moves around. His strategy.
O'Shea trying to make this cooning shit a successful strategy. And it ain't no deep, complicated shit. It's just simply selling out, bro. O'Shea trying to break this down like it's some so strategic. It's a strategy to it. No, it ain't, nigga. It's go up there and say everything that the white racists can't say out loud. And it's gonna hit even harder because it's coming from a black man. Since when did selling out and cooning become a complex strategy that's so strategic? You know, because his strategy, nigga, this is not a trick play. It's a fucking run right up the middle, sir. It don't need that much breaking down at all. This is not a flea flicker. I swear that this is just a screen pass, sir. Let's go.
Strategy is really monetizing the black community while being harshly critical of it. And he's one of the few people that have shown that you can strongly do that. 3, Anton Daniels has a wider range of content. He can cover red pill things, he can cover geopolitical things, and he can then come back and criticize the black community, which is different than the Hodge twins, who all they talk about is black fatigue, or even Officer Tatum, or
I respect them more. You know why? They stay in a lane. They say, look, if we gonna bash black people, we ain't gonna also act like we trying to give them financial advice. We ain't gonna turn around and tell the same people that we got all this vitriol and hate for, I can help you get the bag, take my financial class. That's grifting. I respect the Hodge twins way more than Anton Daniels. I don't care how much hate they got for black people. They ain't trying to fake like they love you either, and they probably ain't dating, they probably ain't even dating within their race. See, I know what they are. I can go sit down, eat with them, and we can have some hateful arguments at the table. It can be some good content. But with Anton, nigga, oh, I can't trust you. You over here, you over there. Look at what O'Shea just said. That ain't a good thing. And he can come back to criticizing black people after he do all that. Yeah, that's horrible, bro. That's horrible. You doing too much. I respect the people that's just criticizing blacks because they ain't faking with other kind of content. We know what they gonna come with. Versus a nigga that's bashing black people one day and then saying you trying to help them with credit the next day. I'ma think you grifting on me. I'ma say this shit, hold up, bro. You voted for Trump. You always on the news on the far right channels bashing black people, but you also got all this shit that's only catering to helping black people and you charging them for it. Bro, that's grifting, bro. That's right. That's grifting, bro. I definitely got more respect than Charlie Kirk and the Hodge twins than these coons like Anthony Brian Logan and Anton Daniels, because that's that boule energy. These are black people who married the black women, and they say that they're pro-black, but they turn around and vote for Donald Trump, who's pro-white, pro-right, anti-black agenda, and they got a lot of black folks thinking that they for us. But if you look at the people they put their power behind, they ain't for us. Something is contradicting here. No pro-black can be far right. Were you saying that they can be Democrats? I'm saying you stupid participate in politics thinking that any white man gonna do something for you while you calling them a damn devil. That's right. So how you pro-black and pro-liberal, or pro-black and pro-conservative? Because you can't fully be conservative if you fully pro-black, and that's gonna lead to why you said Anton Daniels is only partially pro-black. Yeah. If part of my life I got to cater to white folks, then I can't be a full-time pro-black nigga. I can show you some full-time pro-blacks. That's George Macon. That's Q Butter. And I don't got to agree with all of the pro-black stuff to admit to y'all the truth, because I know who's who, man. And I'm telling you, it's levels to this, and these people ain't who they say they are, bro. They trying to play both sides. There are real pro-blacks, bro, like Q Butter and George Macon. Them the main two that I know that I just want to use for example, right? They ain't getting that big. They'll never get as big as O'Shea, Anton Daniels, Charleston White. Why? Because they are 100% pro-black. If you want to get big, you can't be 100% pro-black. You got to straddle the fence a little bit. You got to kind of play both sides. You see what I'm saying? And if you look at the real, sincere, legitimate pro-blacks, they ain't growing like that. Why? Because white supremacists are in power. Why would they let fucking pro-blacks messages who are 100% pro-black? Because what these fake pro-blacks gonna do, they're gonna always say, but Charlie Kirk wasn't wrong. He just was telling half-truths. And you know, and they're gonna always be kind of merciful because they're conservatives. They voted for Trump. It's still a little bit of mercy for white folks and these folks, but they will go out there and act like they just the biggest pro-black people in the world, telling everybody else your opinion don't matter and stuff. And far as I'm concerned, if a black person vote for Donald Trump, the same man who Charlie Kirk followed, the same people who Israel just awarded for being their hero, he's showing you he's for Israel and not black people. He's for Israel and not America. Even his own people turned on him, like Candace Owens. And y'all still will let people know, well, I'm a conservative. I actually voted for Trump. O'Shea love to say that like it's a badge of honor. I'm not making that up. And it's a lot of black folks that'll tell, yeah, I'm a conservative, man. I voted for Trump. Or either they'll put on a big red MAGA hat. They think it's something to be proud of. You know, I'm a conservative, man. What are y'all conserving? Because the white people in y'all group ain't trying to conserve what y'all trying to conserve. They trying to conserve white power. When they saying make America great again, how you a black man over there with them saying you pro-black? Again, the concept of being a pro-black conservative is an oxymoron. It's an oxymoron. I got way more respect for the Hodge twins because they picked their side and they stood on it. That's right. They saying, look, we are members of the far right. We voted for Trump. We are conservatives, and we all the way over here. We ain't even finna play with black people like we on y'all team too. When we know we stand behind Donald Trump, who hate y'all, who want to exterminate y'all with his buddies. I respect these men even though they want me dead. Even though these two twins want my people dead, I trust and respect them more than niggas like O'Shea, Anton Daniels, and all them, y'all. It's just me, man. I know what they want. And I know where they stand. They ain't playing with it. They ain't saying I'm pro-black, but I'm fucking with this pro-white dude named Trump, too. No, they ain't in contradictory to themselves. They ain't a walking hypocrisy. They're not an oxymoron. Because when a person say it's hypocritical for you to be laying with a white woman saying that you speaking up for black people, I don't think so. I think you can have a young black genius who has a great plan to make his people number one in science and technology, and he may be married to a Mexican woman. And guess what? I'm going to tell him, listen, young black man, your voice is just as important as Charleston White voice, man. That's right. We ain't going to ignore your opinion. Even you're a genius, young man, but he's a swirler, so his opinion don't matter. And that's why all of our geniuses don't even get involved in the pro-black shit. That's right. The pro-black movement is led by far-right incels, y'all. It's led by far-right incels and niggas from the manosphere. Ain't no young tech geniuses in that shit. It's led by niggas that's giving dating advice. They're at the forefront of a revolutionary movement that Public Enemy once led. And you telling me this shit ain't a joke? This shit's cooked, bro. It's cooked.
Or even Candace Owens. He covers more culturally than the other ones. So that's kind of why I didn't want to really bring him up a lot. You're right. I'm a hypocrite and I got to call it out. You guys got me.
Got him.
Anton Daniels is being a little disingenuous with his content. He does tell truths, but many of them are half-truths. And I have an example of what I'm talking about. Rewind.
Can somebody tell O'Shea that a half-truth is a lie? That's right. That's a half-truth. If your woman say, if you heard a rumor that your woman was at the bar with a thong on, and your woman come home and say, I was at the bar, but I had this long ass dress right here on. I don't know what they talking about. No, baby, I got a call that you was up at the bar with a damn thong on. She just told me a half truth, which is a lie. Because she told me 50% of the truth. She said she was at the bar. She didn't deny that. She denied having that thong on. But then when I went and checked the security tapes, there go my baby with that pink thong on. Goddamn. So you think I'm gonna say, well, my baby told the truth though, but she just told a half truth. Come here, baby. Put that pink thong on and give me a kiss with your half truth telling ass. No, I'm gonna say, baby, you lied to me. I'm gone. I'm not finna go with this half truth shit, bro. Come on, a half truth is a damn lie. That's right. Which is why they tell you in the court of law, I swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth. The entire whole fucking truth. Because in a court of law, leaving anything out is perjury. That's a lie. Ain't no such thing as a half truth in a court of law.
On September 23rd, 2025, a duo called Fearless Debates showed up unannounced at Tennessee State University and were escorted off campus. And of course, for me, this was a slam dunk case of what transpired. But this is where me and Anton Daniels differ. Anton Daniels saw it the same way that other black conservatives saw it, that the students were rowdy and the students were tripping. And of course, they were, right? I'm not going to say that they could have handled themselves better because, yes, they did stereotypically look bad at a certain point.
I don't think they look bad at all, because guess what? What O'Shea doing right now is telling a half truth, which is a lie. The reason these students didn't look bad is because all of the HBCUs was on high alert because MAGA people was sending death threats to black colleges. That's right. So that's the part that Anton Daniels and O'Shea leaving out is damage control. And it's still telling a half truth. These students, there was public announcements out to all the HBCUs. After Charlie Kirk got shot, the HBCUs was receiving death threats from far-right white MAGA people. And y'all just show up unannounced with bright MAGA hats on with these little triggering words on your poster while you know the atmosphere is this way. And black people ain't even unalive Charlie Kirk. So why the fuck are you at a HBCU versus at that white college where he died at? So we leaving out a lot that they leaving out on purpose, trying to make it like these students are portraying the stereotype that white folks talking about when these students are in college getting a damn education. They was minding their business. They ain't up there at school to do no damn debating. They up there to get their lesson. And that's what they was doing before these damn white argumentative racist folks showed up with something that ain't even got nothing to do with black folks. Let's talk about that part.
I'm not going to argue that. But that's not all. Anton Daniels, after covering it, points something out that's pretty interesting.
I have no clue how many HBCUs exist. I have no clue how many HBCUs are actually on an up and up. But as you can see in the cover photo of this video, the young man has a screwdriver. He has a screwdriver now in this video, because when I reviewed it, when I just played it really quickly yesterday, I didn't know that it was going to be a viral moment.
So Anton Daniels is talking about this student that's holding a screwdriver, all right? And it doesn't seem like the person who has the screwdriver is actually trying to fix something. It looks like the person has a screwdriver in case something pops off. But Anton Daniels is bringing this up to basically prove his point that...
Now look at what O'Shea just said. O'Shea just stereo and profile typed this young man and said he got that screwdriver in case something pop off. You see, not only is Anton Daniels cooning, trying to make this look like a violent young man who brought a screwdriver to school to protect himself from racist white people, right? Versus, hey, this is a college and they use tools, they use hammers, all that in certain places, right? This young man with the screwdriver don't even appears like he's intending on wielding it as a weapon. Look at his face and all that. Look how he holding it. You know, it just looked like he's nonchalantly holding it like it was something he just had on him from class or something. That's the first thing I'm going to think about, because I don't got the mind of a far-right conservative like O'Shea and Anton Daniels. They both agree this is dangerous. He's using this as a weapon. But see, that is like, you got a police right here. You see this dude? Let me show you something. Let me move my photo, because you need to see this right here. You got a police right here now. You see this arm right here with the badge and the rank? That's literally the police. You see this police? This police don't think that this young man is wielding a weapon. Otherwise, he would have him at gunpoint, telling him to put it down. He would be detaining him. There are police officers on the scene, and they are not perceiving this young black man with a bright ass orange hoodie on. You can't miss him. He got the screwdriver right in front of him. And all of these white police officers just looking at him like, oh, he's cool. He ain't doing nothing with it. Right? But Anton and O'Shea is saying, yeah, he bringing that as a weapon. And I ain't agreeing to that. I don't see a weapon. I see a student who was using a damn screwdriver in one of his classes and he just brought it out. That's right! And apparently the white police officers don't see a weapon either. He's backing Anton up, y'all.
The young man has a screwdriver. He has a screwdriver now in this video, because when I reviewed it, when I just played it really quickly yesterday, I didn't know that it was going to be a viral moment.
So Anton Daniels is talking about this student that's holding a screwdriver, all right? And it doesn't seem like the person who has the screwdriver is actually trying to fix something. It looks like the person has a screwdriver.
And look how they framing to make this young boy look like some thug. He ain't trying to fix nothing, but he probably just left from a class where they was fixing something, geniuses. There's a disturbance outside. All of the students just came out there to see what's going on. So if I'm in class with a paintbrush, I might just walk out with my paintbrush in my hand to see what's happening, who fighting, what's happening. The police out there. He looked like he just literally walked out of some trade class with the screwdriver in his hand. And the police ain't paying him no mind. Apparently they don't see him as a threat, but y'all two Negroes do. And y'all conservatives who voted for Trump. Yeah, that go figure. But y'all pro-black. But you think like a dang on white woman grabbing at her purse when a black man walked by. You the first thing you see is a thug young man with a screwdriver as a weapon. You need to retrain your mind. You don't think like a pro-black. You think like a racist white guy. To look at this young black student in school and say, oh yeah, that's a weapon. You and Anton think like far right Charlie Kirk dudes. I'm sorry.
Screwdriver in case something pops off. But Anton Daniels is bringing this up to in case something a screwdriver, all right? And it doesn't seem like the person who has the screwdriver is actually trying to fix something. It looks like the person has a screwdriver in case something pops off. But Anton Daniels is bringing this up to basically prove his point that you have students at HBCUs who don't want to engage in debate, and these black students are violent. And this is the point that he typically would like to prove in this content. Till I wanted to find out, is it a crime to have a screwdriver? I even went to Google AI, and it says no, it is not inherently illegal to possess a screwdriver, but carrying one with the intent to commit a crime, such as a burglary, can make it illegal. The legality depends on the intent behind possessing the tool rather than the tool itself. So a screwdriver.
Now he just told y'all that the young man got the tool to use as a weapon in case some pop off. He just convicted and condemned and criminalized the young man, then went to law to double down on it. And y'all think he defending the young man.
Stupid.
Y'all, boy, I swear.
It can also be considered a burglary tool or even an offensive weapon if it isn't.
And bingo, there you go. You and Anton said y'all think he's using it not to fit something, but as an offensive weapon. Now he really can be criminalized. But how do y'all know more than the white police officer that's on the scene? It shows you that a lot of times your own people can be your worst enemy, because y'all stereotyping that man as. Think about what I'm telling you here. This is a prime example how it don't matter who you sleeping with. If you think like a white man and you voting on the far right, voting for Trump and all that, I don't care how many black women you sleeping with, Charleston White, you're an enemy to your people. Same with O'Shea and Anton and Anthony Bryan Logan and the Boule niggas. Care who you sleeping with. Everything you doing is to support the white nationalist movement. And you just doing it while having sex with black women. And that's how they control the narrative. Because it's crazy that y'all gonna see this young man as a threat with that screwdriver, but you got white police officers out there that's ignoring him like he ain't doing nothing with it. He just a student. So you literally got a white cop. The first thing he see is a student, and then you got two pro-blacks. The first thing they see is a thug with a dangerous weapon.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Stupid.
Let me say this again. I don't think this is hitting home. You literally got white dudes, and don't forget the white MAGA dudes. You got the white MAGA dudes, they ain't even studying that screwdriver. They know he just a student. You can peep his energy. They more concerned about the black women that's walking up to their table, knocking the signs down, than they is of the little boy fumbling the screwdriver. Bright orange shirt on. You can see him a mile away. He got the screwdriver right here. And the police ain't sweating it. The dudes who's supposed to be scared of it ain't sweating it. But Anton and O'Shea saying, that's a weapon. Them black conservatives do what the far right white man don't even have to do. They be slipping on their racism, and then the pro-black will help them out. Hey, no, that's a threat. Look at that young black man with that screwdriver. Ain't that a threat? You know he didn't bring that to fix nothing. This is how y'all pro-blacks thinking about this young black college student. You ain't gonna give him the benefit of the doubt of a trade class, but you pro-black. But you thinking like that. That's your mentality. And your mentality is conservative, far right. Donald Trump. What the fuck?
Is intended to cause harm or to facilitate a crime. All right? What Anton Daniels is trying to do is to present a situation that's not even there. The student never used a screwdriver. The student never attacked anybody with the screwdriver. But here's where the half-truths come in. Anton Daniels, could you tell me a reason why a student would have a screwdriver?
On alert and on pause, at least 6 historically black colleges have halted activities after receiving potential threats against their campuses. The law.
So let me explain something to you. Black kids in Memphis don't bring screwdrivers to school for protection. That's right. They got choppers in the trunk, my nigga. Let me tell you something. You're in Memphis, Tennessee, and you talking about HBCUs that's being threatened with snipers. What the hell is a screwdriver gonna do? Use your head, bro. Y'all trying to make this young black man be you trying to make him holding that screwdriver look like, well, he brought it to stab a white boy in case a white boy show up. No, man. 9 times out of 10, that's a trade student. You can tell it's a trade student by his demeanor and the way he holding it. Because if he wanted to will it as a weapon, he'll be out there like this. Pop off, pop off. I bet you won't pop off. He'll have it in a menacing manner. He won't be twiddling it like nonchalantly, like, damn, they tripping out here. Look at him. Oh, look at that. Do it look like this is a weapon, potential weapon? Why you think the police ain't doing nothing? Because look at how I'm holding the screwdriver. Now, if he was holding a screwdriver like this, bro, you better not pop off. If these white folks get out of line, it's going down. Because you ready. You got your weapon. You want to be ready. You don't want to be twiddling your knife, twiddling your pistol. That right there saying, I have no intentions of using this as a weapon. It's just a toy I'm twiddling right now. And that's why the police ain't respond like it was a threat. But guess what? It's a thin line because all he got to do is this. And now it's a weapon. Now put it down. I'm aiming my gun at you as a police. Now, just because you did this, See, if you hold it in a menacing way, it's a weapon. If you twiddle it, it's a toy. The law crazy, but I didn't write it. But you gotta know the law before you just criminalize this young man. Knowledge is power.
Lockdown measures come in the wake of yesterday's shooting of Charlie Kirk, though officials have not linked any of those threats to that shooting.
On September 11, 2025, Charlie Kirk officially died after being shot on September 10th. HBCUs went under lockdown, meaning that MAGA supporters or Charlie Kirk supporters were making death threats to HBCUs, and these HBCUs, nor the students or the staff, had anything.
And it doesn't make sense what he's saying, because you're right. They was getting death threats. But the people that was threatening them when saying, we're going to show up with screwdrivers and we're going to have a fucking poke fest. They was getting threats of bombs and snipers. No student brings this to school to protect them from a threat that was supposed to be a bomb or a sniper. I'm just saying. Just think about it a little bit. Quit trying to sell the narrative that he holding it for it to be a weapon, because you don't want Anton to look like the big coon that he is. Just for even thinking like that first. Why that gotta be the first? That's racial profiling. If it was a white boy holding that thing, and it was some black people out there, they wouldn't say it's a weapon. They'll say, oh, he probably in trade or something.
Thing to do with what happened in Utah. In fact, HBCU campuses are so far removed from Utah, it's ridiculous. It's literally on the other side of the country. So even though they were not at fault, these people, white people, I'm assuming, were calling and threatening these schools. And which schools went under lockdown? Well, we can see Alabama State University, Virginia State University, Hampton University, Southern University, Clark Atlanta University, Spelman College, Bethune-Cookman University. So the states that were affected are Alabama, Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, Virginia. Students are on lockdown. Some people are afraid to go to class, okay? This was just 12 days ago. In Tennessee State or Fisk University, none of these states were mentioned. But guess what? You see these MAGA students come onto the campus, and every HBCU had to be on high alert. There's no way that these schools could be under lockdown and the other schools don't understand what's going on. Every school is taking security precautions at this time. All right? However, Anton Daniels doesn't want to mention why the student may have had a screwdriver. And obviously, if I'm a student there, it would be from protection. Because
you see what I'm saying? Wrong. It's just wrong. Thinking that black kids, if they holding a screwdriver, it gotta be a weapon. It can never be a tool, huh? They are on a college campus. There is another explanation. Because again, it just don't make sense for you to bring a screwdriver to school because you scared of a bomb or a sniper rifle. When are you ever going to have a chance to use your screwdriver on a sniper or a bomber? It's just a bad logic being used. It's just okay to say, you know what? Anton Daniels is obviously just plain wrong. There's no way he brought that for a weapon. He's probably some student taking some tech class where they gotta fit stuff. All right, that's the first thought that a pro-black gonna have. They ain't gonna have the first thought, oh, it's a weapon. That's like a racist police. What the hell?
That's right.
Because these whites have been talking about threatening blacks. Then you have some whites who are emboldened enough to come onto your campus, and you didn't expect them to be there, which we'll get into.
So yeah, that's one argument about the what happened at the college campus there, but I wonder, was there any more arguments besides that one?
daughter's college things, you know, like what she was applying to college. And I seen a couple of HBCUs on.
Oh yeah, here
Fearless
go
debates.
it's another argument right here about HBCUs. Okay,
The prevention mechanism of why they showed up. Fearless debates not only put about HBCUs.
I looked at my daughter's college things, you know, like what she was applying to college. And I seen a couple of HBCUs on there. And she was just, I said, let's see, what is this doing on here? She said, oh no, it's just a bunch of lists. She was like, me and my friends put together a list. It's not necessarily what I'm going to apply to yet. And then the ones that she actually applied to, none of them was on there. And I'm very thankful for that, because it's important for her to continue to be raised in the admonition of her father.
So Anton Daniels' daughter is applying to college according to him, and he did not want his daughter to go to an HBCU, which is, I mean, again, it's a fair choice. I can see HBCU.
now watch this, right? He's agreeing with Anton again.
Oh my God.
Like, people are thinking that, okay, he's finna call Anton out, but you agreeing with everything damn near. You playing it very safe, like fence straddling. Because if y'all two are pro-blacks, why wouldn't you want your children to go to HBCUs? Y'all want them to go to white schools? And their reasoning, think about it now. These pro-blacks vote for Donald Trump. They got far-right ideologies. They bash blacks on their channel all day like Anton, and they hate HBCUs. But they pro-black though, and they got a black wife and black kids. Do y'all see the problem here? They so pro-black, they don't want nothing to do with black people other than the blacks and their family. That is a boule way of thinking. That's straight up boule shit. Because the people in the boule, that's how they think. They so pro-black, right? Only when it comes to them and their personal families getting wealthier than other blacks. But other than that, they think just like the white man. The hell with y'all niggas, and it's just about me and my family. That's the pro-black, and that's why them niggas will tell you, I got a black family, but you don't got a black agenda, nigga. I'd rather you have a mixed race family and a black agenda. I'd rather you be married to a white woman saying, fuck Donald Trump, than be with a land up with a black woman and both of y'all all on Donald Trump's nuts. And we know he hate black people and every other group. We know he's selling everybody out for the Zionists.
Are, at least when I was going, disorganized, tend to have more problems than PWIs. I get it. But then he said something more interesting.
This is where they want us to send our children. This is what they keep trying to tell us that is waiting for us as far as great education, strong networks, the best of the best.
So he's then making fun of the fact that HBCUs are supposed to have this high education and all of these opportunities and connections. And in the prior clip, he mentions that his daughter.
But, you know, Anton Daniels claimed to have been graduated from a HBCU. If I'm not mistaken, I know he said he graduated from college, but Mike TV think he capping about that, and he got some very powerful receipts, man. I'm going to be reviewing. So, hey, you know what we going to do? I'm going to extend this joint. We going to have some fun. If y'all like this content, hit the like and share button. Donate to the show. We going to read all the super chats. And we going to review some of this Mike TV stuff because he got, man, the brother got the receipts because Anton ain't who we think he is. And if anybody ought to know it, O'Shea ought to know it because that's his homeboy. But, yeah, there's a lot of things that need to be brought to the light, which is why I'm doing this video. And I'm being very respectful, right? Let's talk about this because Anton Daniels was supposed to went to like okay, cool, he went to college. Now listen, you telling me you didn't go to a HBCU, but you don't want your daughter to go to one, but you pro-black? And you want to say that, well, the white man's water is colder. I don't want my daughter going to a HBCU, even though you saw her being excited about some, you talking her out of it and you telling her, nope, go to the white man's school, but you pro-black. And how are the HBCUs gonna get better if we just abandon them? This is crazy. But you for your people.
Should be more like her father. Which is crazy because Anton Daniels is the epitome of working through a black community. He's been collaborating with people like Kevin Samuels, people like myself, Charleston White. That's how Anton Daniels got to where he is now. And he went the independent route. This is what HBCUs.
But Charleston White do the same thing. Charleston White talks so foul about black people all the time. But guess who going to his shows? Black people. Guess who the biggest subscribers of his channel? Black people. It's no different than rappers. Rappers talk down on their fans all the day. All day because they ain't got the kind of money that the rapper got. They got so many songs, like one of the popular songs was Brokey. And it'll be broke people at that concert saying, Brokey. It's crazy. It's a weird, abusive relationship that the black people got with their celebrities and idols. You know what I'm saying? And Anton Daniels is no different. The fact that his biggest contributors are black people, but his number one criticism is to black people. That's crazy.
Are supposed to do foster those networks. It's literally a white space opportunity. So if your daughter wanted to be more like you, your daughter would go to HBCU, right? Because she'd be making her own way with all of that opportunity to connect the dots in Black America or through Africa or through the diaspora, which is also a white space opportunity. So again, this is what I feel with Anton Daniels. Number one, I respect the resilience. I respect his work ethic. He's a better YouTuber than me. I used to tease him about that and he passed me up. However, the half-truths I think are disingenuous. Not only do I think they're disingenuous, they are disingenuous. And I was wrong for calling out everybody else and clearly not seeing Anton Daniels for what he was doing and not saying much about it. So I just had to be honest about this. This is not to start a war with Anton.
I don't think he really called it out for real. I don't think he really, delivered, in my opinion, but I do commend him for even bringing it up and responding to the people and trying, but nah, he should have got the Hodge twins treatment. And again, we should be respecting the Hodge twins more than Anton Daniels, because he tried to act like he's for black people while having this white nationalist agenda. That's called a wolf in sheep clothes. That's right. See, I don't respect pro-black conservatives. I only respect conservatives because I know it ain't no confusion. You can't be on a team of people that's anti-black while saying, but I'm pro-black. Even though I fuck with Trump and vote for Trump and he's sending the National Guard and ICE on niggas, and we know he's far-right racist for the white man. So you can have sex with how many black women you want to. But if you putting racist white men in power and encouraging our other people to be conservatives and stuff too, you're very dangerous. I'd rather you be swirling and saying, fuck these white folks in power because none of them gonna mean us no good. We shouldn't even entertain them, black people. Right? Because part of being pro-black to me, it has to come with an anti-establishment status, meaning If you pro-black, that means you ain't liberal or conservative. You just pro-black. It's too much to invest time to invest yourself in toward the pro-black agenda for you to also be working for the liberals and conservatives too. And then not to mention that you are compromised, because I'm using that word on purpose because y'all say that dudes who date out are compromised. I'm saying niggas who vote for Trump, we ought to look at them suspect and they're compromised, because we know Trump's agenda against black people. So if a person's saying, well, I'm pro-black, but I'm a conservative and I'm on the far right with my political ideology, that's a red flag, because the pro-black agenda and the Charlie Kirk agenda is contrary to each other. In fact, you literally in the bed with the enemy while saying that the swirler is. That's right. And you giving them more than just your sex organ. You giving them your trust, loyalty, and vote, which you saying is your power. And you telling your children to depend and do the same thing to this white man while at the same time saying you're pro-black. See, being pro-black mean everything need to be owned and operated by black people, even your political party and political agenda and political ideologies. That's right. You can't stop at the ballot box with your pro-blackness. So if you ain't got no pro-black candidates to vote for, then you don't vote if you really pro-black. That's right. Cause ain't nobody to represent your group up there. So I'm forfeiting, or you fake to me. Cause you can't show up to the ballot box and all of a sudden vote pro-white, but then show up to YouTube for donations saying you're pro-black. Same thing with Charleston White. Big red MAGA hat on, but ain't none of them MAGA people buying your concerts to your comedy shows. It's black people that's making you rich, while you got this red MAGA hat on talking shit about them on every damn show. And it's the same thing all of them doing.
Addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say we smoking on Tuka. See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. They wasn't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no slut. I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing.
See what I'm saying, y'all? This right here is how they get away with, for them being hypocrites and contradicting themselves. Because it's deeper than the delivery. That's who you really are. You're the very thing that you condemn for these white people. And it's just facts. A lot of these black conservatives, deep behind that damn character, is just another violent street nigga. You got these niggas up there and on these white channels talking about how violent black people is, right? When Charleston White go on his channel and brag about aggravated assaults, he go on his channel and brag about macing niggas, shooting niggas, and then show up on the other platform talking about how violent niggas are. Yeah, this gotta be pointed out, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. When it come to, dating in, dating out, both of them got their pros and cons. So if you're a young man, don't let nobody who talking about they pro-black make you think your opinion don't matter. Cause that is a rule that's it never really been challenged. I'm challenging it now. So let's go.
Girls run.
I'm gonna have the conversations nobody want to have. Hit the like and share button.
I'm from, and that's on the radio. Girls on girls, that's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we driving to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing.
See, this kind of like, don't nobody want to sit around and talk about what kind of trash bags you use and all that, but we want our trash taken out. We don't want to discuss, well, what time your trash company come? That ain't a fun conversation, but we enjoy that our trash gone. But so what I'm saying, somebody got to have them conversations and organize the trash system, even though it ain't a pretty conversation, but it's a needed one. Otherwise, your trash will be everywhere. So my thing is this. It's a lot of division, and there's a lot of false shit being put in the minds of the youth and how, making them look at themselves certain ways, and I know it is. And I'm going to have these conversations that ain't pretty, but they produce benefits everybody enjoy on the surface. You see what I'm saying?
Each other. They really, that nigga Thug said, nigga, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that nigga mama. And y'all worried about my delivery? These niggas are confessing to murders on songs. And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black sucking them, talking about booty hole. Y'all worried about my delivery? Come on, don't be.
So because rappers saying all that, you can diss the young athlete that just died? Because rappers dissing and the thing is this, when rappers diss each other, at least they've been beefing, shooting at each other for years. We can understand that there's years of hate. But you dissing Kyron Lacey is just you, goddammit, coning for white folks and just dissing a young, intelligent, young black man that was doing good for himself, just for views. That is fucking disgusting. But you're trying to sell it off like, I'm doing what these rappers doing. Nope, I respect the rappers more than you, because the rappers are literally dissing their enemies and you're dissing people you never met and don't know. You bringing hurt to families who lost their damn loved one just to get views and money from it. So that's why I respect the drill rappers that you trying to compare yourself to. You ain't none like them, because they shit at least is justified. Yeah, they dissing the dead, but the dead dude they diss they dead. Kyron Lacey didn't diss your ass. Listen, the people that charged in white dissing, they didn't do shit to him. These are innocent people that he just going diss for shock factor, for views. Then he try to make it like he doing what the rappers doing when they just retaliating for people who killed their homies and diss they dead.
Be hypocrites, black people. Y'all can't listen to this music if y'all so caught up in my delivery. Don't do me like that. And the way y'all snap and pop y'all pussy to this music, the way y'all kill and drill to this music, don't triple.
But guess what though? Ain't nobody that's ever been dissed in a rap song that wasn't justified for it. Because one thing about rap music is different gang members from different sets that's shooting at each other, that's signed to different rap labels because it's a business strategy. If one record label sign a big old Crip from a big Crip set and he get famous and he's dissing his ops, that's free publicity for another white label to say, well, listen, I'm going to go sign his enemies and give them a voice to diss him back, because they record going to automatically sell because he's a big Crip. He's been dissing this rival blood set. He's been calling out their names in his song. Let me just go sign those niggas that he dissing, and they record going to sell big because people want to hear their response. That's how the music industry work, is for money. And so that you will have two different labels with two different rival gangs, with a big rapper from each of them gangs perpetuating a gang war in the music. And the labels will get rich from it. So That's way different than a nigga online dissing random innocent people and children for views.
About my delivery. Hey, yo, Easy, why you wear your pants like that? I wear my pants like that because that's easy access, baby. Easy, why you talk like that? I talk like that to get my point across. Because when I wasn't talking like that, wearing a bow tie, y'all wasn't paying me no attention, and I was going.
Y'all see what I'm saying? Black people weren't paying me no attention when I was talking to them intelligently. So instead of me raising them up to my intelligent level, I'ma stoop down to their ignorant ass level, antagonize them, and capitalize from shock factor content. He said it, I didn't. I just put it to you how it is. I just broke it down for you what it really is. He said, listen, when I was speaking intelligently and I wasn't yelling, cussing niggas out, they wasn't listening to me. Now imagine Martin Luther King thinking like that. Imagine Malcolm X saying, you know what? When I was trying to be nice to black folks and talk to them intelligently, they didn't listen to me, so I started dissing babies who died. Imagine Martin Luther King dissing a dead baby to get black people attention. That's what Charleston White basically saying. And see, we'll basically let that be a thing too in the community. And y'all will make that same argument to where, okay, the rappers do it. No, the rappers don't. The rappers don't just diss a random motherfucker that died for no reason to get views. They dissing their enemies and rival gang. And I respect that more than just some stranger online dissing a dead baby because they know people gonna rage click on it and they gonna get paid.
To the Supreme Court, changing laws and legislations in this country. I was working with over 50 U.S. congressional members, from Ted Cruz to Mark Rubio, Senator John Cornyn. I was on the front page of the American Bar Association Journal. I had done a study with News 21, Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. Y'all wasn't paying attention then. So nigga, I gave y'all what y'all want. An ignorant motherfucking nigga that talk like them rappers.
And what's crazy is he kind of right, because the HBCUs did not invite him onto their campus until he started becoming an ignorant nigga. That's right. So I got to kind of say, unfortunately, he's right on this one, that when he started getting big with shock factor content and getting the name and social media, the black college called him up. That says a lot about HBCUs. And again, that a little bit to Anton's point, why he don't want his daughter going to one. But as a pro-black, you should want to fix the problems in the black community, not run from them. That's right. That's why I said it's hypocritical and I stand on it.
Now y'all listening. Now y'all paying attention, huh? I got y'all attention. Checkmate. Now let me tell y'all what y'all need to hear. We fucked up as a race of people since y'all so caught up into my delivery. 5% of children now are catching HIV from ages 13 to 21. What y'all worried about? 85% of the new chlamydia, all the new cases are teenagers. What y'all so caught up about? Nigga.
Y'all hear this, man? Do y'all hear this, bro? Now listen to this man talk, right, about STDs in the black community. Wow, I can play video clips of him right now admitting that he gambles with his dick all the time. Now, I ain't the only one watch Charleston White. Drop a 1 in the chat room if y'all know what I'm talking about. This man got several videos where he telling you he cheats on his wife all the time with different women. And he show us the different women on in his vlogs and shit. And he show his wife and say, my wife don't care. She know I cheat on her. She cool with it, right? And she is. But my thing is, He want to talk about the family, black men being in a family, and the STD rate when he get on Cam Newton them shows, because these are sellout platforms. But he's part of the problem. He promotes sexual promiscuous behavior. He promotes this. He spend hours at the strip club. This man got the nerve to go in front of white folks and talk about STDs in the black community while having videos saying, laughing and joking about gambling with his dick. You can't make this up, y'all.
Only 35% of most kids in inner cities can read on or above their grade level. What the fuck are y'all talking about? These kids can't read. Come on, my nigga. So if we gonna be real, let's be real.
Wow.
So what's my point? When you get big on social media and you start being on these big platforms, it's because you're pushing a narrative, is what I want y'all to learn. Everybody that I'm showing you here today, they have something in common. They are black conservatives. But ask them, what the hell are you conserving? Because the people who created the conservative movement, we know what they was conserving. So when they say, well, we trying to conserve the black traditional values, everyone who's saying that ain't even living the black traditional values. That's right. Charleston White, for example. Umar, for example. O'Shea, for example. See, I don't make videos like this all the time. When shit reach a climax, when I see a bunch of hypocrisy and it's toxic and dangerous to young brothers, yeah, I feel like I gotta go talk about it, because guess what? You got young brothers who are being treated a certain way by their family members because they ain't with a black woman. And when you have people like this that's creating a rule, putting that out there like it's religion, that if you don't necessarily be with a black woman, that your opinion don't matter to black people, but they are pushing Charleston White, Donald Trump, and all that. Someone gotta call that out. That's important, you know? So these kind of conversations matter if it's an experience you went through in your life. It's something that have affected me that big time in my life. And I've learned something in life. What don't matter to you, it matter to the person who bringing it up. You know how many times you bring up flat earth and someone say, who cares? Guess what? You do. All of us gonna be passionate about different things. I'm passionate about some that affected me in my life negatively. And I know it's affecting other young black men who may be getting treated a certain way. They feel like they selling out. They feeling like they're a traitor because they may have a white girlfriend or something. I know the vibes. I know the feeling. I wouldn't make this damn video if I wasn't touched by it, if I wasn't, you see what I'm saying? When people bring up certain stuff, you got to look at that person's life and say, why are they passionate about that? They was affected by it some kind of way. And they know how it affect others. So live and let people, everybody do their job in their different departments. Because this is a healing process that we all going through. And it's so much division and hate. And what I'm spewing right now, I'm attacking, I'm fighting that hate dead on. And I'm showing you how it's illogical, how these ideologies are based upon negativity and just hatred, division, and it ain't no real, they ain't standing on nothing for real. It's easy to debunk. So look, I know I've said a lot, right? And I know that these kind of conversations are triggering. If I can come up here and speak professionally for 3 hours and be respectful, I'm going to open up the call line and we're going to do one caller at a time. Hopefully y'all can be respectful as callers. There will be no open panel, but we will have one caller come in at a time. That way we can prevent any trolling. Again, shout out to the people that hit the super chat. We're going to take a break, play some music while we let the callers up. So callers, get prepared and bring all your smoke. We welcoming all the smoke. It's going to be a back and forth. We ain't going to talk over each other. We got to be respectful, one at a time, which is why we not going to have an open panel. We want to hear every caller legibly. Your voice matter, and this ain't an echo chamber. Stand by. salutes to everybody. We're gonna extend the show. I got another show planned for today too. On my other channel. Totally different topic. And we going into some syncretism and some symbolism. But salutes to all the members of this channel over here. Let me see here what we got in the chat. I'm trying to stroll back and catch up with y'all chats. Let me go through the chat room real quick while we wait on the callers. Let me see. Okay. I'm just reading, going back through the chat room, seeing if that was any smoke. All right. Oh, did I see Mike TV videos about Tariq? Yeah, that brother goes in on there. Now listen, he ain't wrong about a lot of what he say about Tariq. But at the end of the day, I do think that the validity of FBA is warranted in a time where there's a lot of tether attacks. There is a need for delineation, right? Unfortunately, or I don't want to say unfortunately, because ain't nobody perfect. It just so happened that Tariq Nasheed, he created FBA, but I give him respect because he will always say, I'm not a leader of it. And that way, it kind of takes away any liability, if you ask me. So I think FBA bigger than Tariq, and he wanted it to be that way, if that make any sense, because I don't think he wanted to be in a position of scrutiny as a quote-unquote leader, but he did want to specify a certain group and activate them with a mindset to know that we need to maintain exclusivity, and it is going to be to our benefit with the way that other groups are playing on a political level. So I think that FBA is a benefit, but I don't think Tariq is perfect by far. And, you know, I think, yeah, Mike TV definitely probably doing his thing with I saw a lot of his Tariq stuff. I've been on his show and criticized Tariq with him. But the thing about me, I still be friendly to FBA because I don't want to wage war with a whole group because the guy that created it have a lot of issues going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what kind of how my approach with it was. But I do respect Mike TV's work, though, 100%. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to get no people calling in. And yeah, I think that's going to be it then. And I'll be preparing for my next show from here. Peace and love to all of y'all. We up out of here. I'll see y'all on Bro Sanchez TV in a few. So go on, be on the lookout for a notification for my other channel. We about to get it in, and I'll see y'all over there later. Peace and love.